Oh, what's going on, world? Welcome to another episode of the Mindful Podcast. Of course, where have you been, man? I'm your co-host,
They
Caleb
under a
Rosenberg.
rock.
What's that?
They've been under a rock.
Oh
That's what
yes,
they've been.
just living, just chilling in the woods. But hey, man, I'm your co-host, Caleb Rosenberg, and y'all know him as the best, the right hand man, the man with the plan, Mr.
Man,
Daniel Uribe.
yo, what's good with y'all?
Man, how you feeling this week, my guy?
I always feel better and better as the weeks go on.
Blessed
Just
every day.
blessed.
Blessed
Blessed and
every day.
blessed.
Yes, sir. But without
Man,
further ado,
further ado, man, Mindful is a podcast driven to help people break the mentality society has ingrained in their brains that only certain people can live in a certain type of life and create their own path. Us two young entrepreneurs are on a mission to create more peaceful, optimistic, driven individuals that will break generational patterns and change the statistics society has set in place. The goal of this podcast is to encourage and help everyone live a truly prosperous lifestyle and to show you the power of writing our story.
yes,
Man,
sir. Okay,
sheesh.
okay. So this week,
Bro, you say you got some heat. I don't know.
bro,
What you talking about, bro?
I got something for the people, bro. So
Bro just told me he was like, I got some heat, and I'm not
yeah,
even gonna tell you what it is. It's just gonna come out. It's gonna come out. So what is it, bro?
bro, bro. You're thinking too small.
Me?
Not you in particular, because we've had this. We talk about this every day.
You just saying in
I'm saying
general,
to the person who's listening to this, you're thinking too small.
like the general human being. You're a small thinker, guy. Sorry to tell you.
And to give you a base level knowledge, you're small with your income thinking, you're small with how much you can accomplish, you're thinking small with what you can accomplish in your life, how far you can take life, the abilities that you can now have or gain. Bro, what I was saying earlier today, bro, to one of my homies was some people think that something is just too far out of their reach. So they just like shut down the idea. So it's not even just about like, yes, you got to start thinking bigger, but now it's about taking action on those
Mm.
plans and putting a steps forward. Like my guy Cole is literally moving tomorrow across country.
Bro, that's good for him, bro. And
And
he said that's what he wanted to. He's been said that he's wanted to do that shit.
exactly, and this is what it started. It all started 12 months ago. He came to me and he said, Caleb, I'm so done. I'm so done with Minnesota. I got to get out of here. This is not my place. A bunch of other things for reasons. I was like, all right, cool. So where are you going to go? He's like, man, I would love to go to Oregon. I said, actually, like, because you know me, like, if you're going to tell me
You're
something,
gonna you're gonna test it,
I'm going to test you and then I'm going to be like, all right, let's go. Like, let's run
right?
it. And so we sat down and I sat with him and all of a sudden he was just telling me all this stuff. And then I came up with a number for him. I said, this is the number you need. This is how much it's going to take per month. This is how much it's going to take per week for you to get to this X amount of goal. And so he's like, okay, okay. He started to think about it. And then he figured out how he could actually implement every single day, every single week, every single month. To now 12 months later, he's moving across country to his dream place he wanted to always live. And it all
Man,
started with having that conversation. I said, if you don't want to be here, fine, that's great. Let's get a plan going now so you can get out of here. Cause that was 12 months ago. And 12 months ago went like that, bro.
man, imagine 12 months ago if he didn't like put the steps toward it. He would have been in the same place, stuck as fuck.
Stuck.
And then looking back, talking about, damn, I wish I would have done something that whole year. I could have been in Oregon this whole time. And look at where he is now, bro. He's spazzed.
And take what my guy, for all y'all listening, take what my guy Cole did and think about that with your life. We say it all the time, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. You just have to have the vision and then you have to figure out how you're going to do it. But the very first thing is you have to have the vision. And some of you out there, you're playing too small with your life. You're playing too small with your financials, with your abilities, with the things that you or even the type of life that you and your family could have.
Yeah.
You gotta think bigger. You gotta, if there's something that you want, who's to say that you can't have it?
Don't think small time.
Don't think small, bro.
That's facts.
And it's like I said, there's so many different areas, but with him, bro, with my guy Cole, he wanted to change his life. He wanted something much bigger. So you gotta initially have that, but then it's not just about having the vision. It's about sitting down with yourself and saying, how what are gonna be the steps for how I can get to this point?
Exactly.
And once you can do that, dude, I'm telling you, it's just about implementation at that point. There's three steps. It's the vision, and then it's writing out the plan, and then it's implementation, following the
Yeah.
steps that you set out.
Yeah.
And once you do those three things, I promise you're gonna have what you want.
I mean,
100%. It's foolproof.
man, it's a foolproof plan.
You know what I'm saying?
The blueprint's right there.
It's a blueprint, bro. And when you follow the blueprint, when you follow instructions, when you follow the steps, why are you not gonna get the same result? There's steps at IKEA's, handbook when you buy some. If you follow the steps and they gave you all the right pieces, you should have the
Everybody gonna
result.
have the same result. That's facts.
So it's like y'all gotta open up your mind because there's so many people where I talk to them. I'm not gonna name names, but there was someone I used to, be involved with, and she was telling me she wanted to start a type of business, right? And she went ahead and told me, all her ideas, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's great. So what are you doing about it now? And she
Hmm.
was like, oh well, I'm going to school for it. I'm probably gonna wait, until I do this or to wait till
Bro, if you wait on something, it's never gonna happen.
exactly.
Just that's just how it is, bro. And I'm sorry I cut you off, but like I hear that, I'm like, yo, what are you waiting for? Ain't nobody gonna like nobody's stopping you. The only thing that's stopping you is you, and nobody's caring about you.
Exactly.
You
And I want
know?
to bring it back to your original point that you're going to be 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years. Time flies by. It flies by. Like you're going to
Word,
be, all of a sudden, it's going to be like this, bro. It's going to be like this. And you're going to be like, damn, all this time has passed and I still ain't done nothing about it.
word.
When you could, especially when it comes to doing a business, like y'all should understand first of all when it comes to running a business or being an entrepreneur it takes time to develop and to get that consistent stream of income. It's not just a get rich quick scheme and you're not going to see that instant level of success. I'm sorry, that's the facts. It's it's the
Man, I'm telling you, it's the facts.
it's the facts. It takes a while. So to that, like you could have had, say you wait 6 months, you could have had 6 months of building connections, building relationships, doing the trial and error, figuring out what it's gonna take. Like, and it's not to say you have to jump full and quit everything else you're doing, but it's to say you
No,
gotta start.
right. And it's the little steps that matter. And that
Exactly.
like it doesn't even like and what we always bring to the point is it doesn't matter how long it takes, it's a marathon. So as long as you put a footstep like a step forward every day, it doesn't matter no matter how little it is because you're moving forward. You're acquiring something new. You're gaining new knowledge.
And
You feel
something
me?
that you always say, bro, is everything in this life is a compound effect.
Hmm.
Everything. And that's what I told my homie Cole. I
It just
literally told
adds
him just,
up.
I told him, I said, bro, it wasn't about you doing it for 1 month. It was the fact that you did it 12 months ago and you stay consistent. And it's everything in this life is a compound effect.
It's about consistency.
Because it goes into being happy, it goes into working out, it goes into your mental health. Because he's had a lot of good, great, amazing transitions from when, 'cause I've watched him grow personally.
I mean, and I haven't been like there seeing him closely, but like from a different point of view as well.
Yeah.
You know, because I knew him from high school. And we've been buddies. You know,
Yeah.
but like not close as you two been. But like I've seen like I also seen the growth from a third party.
And that's the thing is that it takes time. It wasn't an overnight thing where, all of a sudden he was just this happy guy, and he was, about to move across country, and it wasn't all these things that just randomly happened. It was the fact that 12 months ago, and even a little bit before then, he started, and then he kept building and building and building on everything, with the mental health, with the eating better, with the working out, with the finances. It's all a compound effect, and it starts with
Yes,
you thinking bigger for yourself.
and that's what people don't think. They feel like they can only work on one thing when it comes to like their personal, and think that everything else is gonna come around. But you gotta, I guess, you just gotta stay in tune with all of them at once,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't let, let's say you're doing so well physically, or I'm not gonna bring that up, because if you're doing well physically, you're gonna be doing well mentally. But like, let's say you're only worrying about your financials, and you're only thinking about like work, and that's gonna put you in a mood. Like, it's gonna put you in, like, it's gonna burn you out.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, and you might even forget to eat, and that happens to us sometimes. But like, you have to know to balance.
Because, and something that I thought of when you were saying that, bro, is that everything has a different blueprint. So you can't
Hmm.
expect to, back to the IKEA thing, just because you got, you know, a couch doesn't mean you can just put together each couch the same. Each
Right.
one's going to take a different blueprint if it's from a different company, a different style, a different whatever the case may be, and apply that to your life. Finances are one blueprint. And inside of that, there's a bunch of different blueprints for finances. There's a bunch of different blueprints inside of fitness, inside of mental health. But the thing is that there's always a different blueprint. So you got to figure out, like, first of all, which ones work for you, but it's not a one size fits all at the end of the day.
Hmm.
The only thing that's consistent with those is that you got to be consistent, and then you have to just be able to implement, basically.
Right.
Like, you got to have a plan, you got to be able to implement, and you got to stay consistent in implementing every single day, because if you're not, you won't see the results. Because again, Daniel preaches this all the time. Everything is a compound effect. Everything. And it doesn't matter what it is, because it goes down to business too. You can't, and from personal experience, you can't just market here and there. You have to be consistently, persistently
Yeah.
marketing every single day.
Yeah. Man. Once you follow up and do and keep doing that consistent marketing, that's when results start to happen.
Exactly.
And again, we're not just talking about business here, but we're talking about your personal life. Once you start being consistent, and you'll start noticing changes.
Hmm. That's the only time you'll notice changes.
So with that being said, like, don't think small if you don't see results right away. I mean, don't be discouraged
That's it. Yeah.
if your big dream it isn't happening right away, because things take time. You know.
Right. All good things in this life that are worthwhile and will stick around takes time, and you gotta wait it out. There's some saying, bro, that's like, a good thing never lasts. And then, oh, I can't remember the tail end of it, but basically it's saying like for example, quick success, whether it's monetarily, or whether it's mentally, physically, whatever the case may be, quick success doesn't last. But the ones that take a long time, and that slow growth, and you got to be consistent, 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 those are the things that tend to last a lot longer, if not forever, you
That's
know?
facts. That's facts.
Because you got to build habits. If you get quick success, instant gratification, you're not building habits. And habits are what actually create long-term change, because a habit is what's going to stick with you. But if you get instant gratification, what's to say that you need to keep doing it? But if you had to work for it for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you're like, man, it took me this long to just to get to here. So I definitely got to keep going. I definitely got to keep doing
Word.
the same thing, rinse and repeat, basically.
Word.
But you get instant gratification, you're not inclined to rinse and repeat. So that's just kind of my thing, bro. Is like it all starts with thinking bigger for yourself. And I found so many people that are not even like they're so close minded, you know? And so
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say. I mean, you could say closed minded. It's just like they think they can't because of their situation. I don't know. You know what I mean?
yeah, I got you.
But continue. My bad. Bless
No.
you, by the way.
Oh, you sound
Bro, put this shit on mute quick. That shit was cold. Hey, for those of y'all that didn't know, Caleb got a new mic and he don't know how to act.
I have no idea. I have no idea. Forgot my computer at Best Buy even. That was a classic.
Oh my
Should
gosh.
have seen bro's face this morning when went in and grabbed it. And he
Oh
was like,
man.
he just kind of stood back, put his hands on his hips. He's like, yeah, I was gonna try to contact you, but I was like, yeah, honestly, man, I thought about it when I got back to the office and I sat at my desk and I didn't have a computer, so
Oh man.
I was sick. I was
I'm
pretty
already
sick last
knowing.
night. I did just when things happen, you just kind of gotta like take it in for a sec. Like I didn't let that because that tested me because my computer, as you know, is my life. So like
Right.
it really tested my mentality of like, okay, this is like kind of like one of the biggest tests I've and people are like, oh, this is the biggest mental test you've had. It's like, okay, you don't get it. I don't,
People don't understand.
like
That was a mental test for me.
and
For me, it was a mental test, and it's your computer.
to give y'all more background, I haven't backed up anything to a cloud-based service
Which he
ever,
needs to.
which I need to, and an external hard drive, which I haven't done either. But it's not the point. Lesson learned. Things can happen. So that's why I say that because everything that we've ever done with Trusted is on my computer. And so without this computer, which is all the more reason I need to now back it up to a cloud-based service and an external hard drive. But yeah, that was just a whirlwind that my last 24 hours. But to my point, it tested me mentally because again, that's my life. Like literally my life in a device. And without that, bro, so many things would have been gone and gone forever.
Man.
Like it was so I had to just sit back and it was really testing me last night, bro. And I was like, you know what? I literally just sat in my car for a second, probably like an extra 5-10 minutes before I went home. Um, and I was like, all right, let me just take this in right now and let me just um kind of absorb this right now and just let myself feel
You
the
gotta feel it.
like there was the time I was like, all right, work is over obviously, and this is later at night, so let me just it's probably like around 8. Yeah, it's probably like around 8, and I was like, let me just feel it. So I felt it, whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm still kind of like a little upset about it. So I'm like, let me just drive and I'm gonna take the longest way home. I'm just gonna take the longest way home, put on some good music that really gets me in a good vibe. All right, cool. Did that. Instead of taking like 30 minutes to get home, I took like an hour, bro. And I just
Or
driving.
sometimes you need. Maybe sometimes you really need to even like loop the neighborhood.
Yeah, I did, bro. I was
I
looking
swear.
neighborhoods and stuff. I was, yeah, bro. I was passing my house a bunch of times, and I was like, I just need a little bit longer just to, you know what I mean? Just
Facts.
because again, the crucial thing is to be able to control your emotions, but don't push away your emotions. So I knew that this was a big thing for me, and I knew it was testing me. So I was
That
like,
was
I
a
don't
demon that you had to sit with and
exactly
understand.
right, and so I was like, I need to deal with this. So let me just go ahead and like this is a good time. No work is being done right now. It's late at night, whatever. Let me just go ahead and deal with this now so I can move on and keep doing life and keep moving about. And until like after that, bro, I got home inside finally, told y'all about the encounter and whatnot, and then we did normal business like on our night call, did my nightly routine, and went to bed. Woke up, did my morning routine, waited till Best Buy open, went and got my computer, no thing.
Right.
And I didn't think about it after I took that time versus letting it linger the entire time and being salty about it. That's why when I was telling y'all about it, I was like, just kind of
You
laughing
can't
like
control the things you can't control. You already left it. The fuck? The shit closed. What the fuck can I do?
literally,
I gotta wait till
literally.
tomorrow. That's it.
That's it,
Um,
bro. And to your
but
point, what could I have done differently? Nothing, because I was walking out as they closed. Like there was nothing I could have done.
right,
Literally nothing I could have done. So it's like
right.
they closed at 7. I was walking out at 7. And
And
what
you didn't know till you got to the office.
till I, in the office, don't get me wrong, is about 7 minutes away. So got 7 minutes away, just went upstairs, sat at my desk, and I was like, dang, that sucks. And so that's when it was starting to hit. But then, like
Right.
again, when I told y'all, I was just kind of like laughing about it, like, I got to be more careful. This is a learning lesson, blah, blah, blah. But again, it's because I actually took time to focus on that emotion. Because if you don't and you just keep putting it away, it's going to keep lingering. So I found a time again that was appropriate to deal with that emotion, and I dealt with it. And I know we're kind of going off a tangent of like what we know, like we were talking about before, but I just wanted to show that
Yeah,
importance.
yeah. I was lucky thinking about what we were talking about. That's what I was doing.
No, that's cool. I'm gonna loop it back, but I just wanted to touch on that because I feel like that was just a recent real life example for me personally of like being tested and using your emotion correctly, dealing with something for a certain amount of time, and then moving on because there's nothing you can
Right.
do about it.
Exactly.
Y'all got to be able to keep it pushing, like we said last week. Keep it pushing, like especially if you can't
Word.
do nothing about it. And
No
most things
matter
in life,
what, keep that motherfucker rolling.
exactly, because when it happens, it happens.
And somebody else probably already been through it, and they don't give a fuck about what you're going through. So you just gotta keep it. You gotta keep pushing.
And what you gonna do? Dwell on it and then not keep it moving? Like, come on, man,
Right.
you're just hindering yourself at that point. That's why I took time to deal with it. I moved on, and that was that. And I got back to work today. Like, no thing. But
Word.
to roll that kind of back around, um, to what we're talking about today, thinking small. Y'all gotta think bigger. You got to think bigger with your life, especially when it comes to how much you can do with your life. Because I see so many people just getting comfortable. Comfortability kills. It kills ideas. It kills life. It kills joy. It. I'm not saying you can't be happy with comfortability, but you need to keep thinking bigger for yourself.
And sometimes I wouldn't even say comfortability, but sometimes it's just like it really is the fear of failure. You know,
That too.
like a lot of people really are like, and you don't notice it until you really start. From when you like, you've been through it and you've already passed it, and you just start seeing other people, and you're just like, man, I don't know what I can do to help, but you need to do this. Like that's the only thing I can say. Like no matter how hard you think it is doable. And what are you gonna tell yourself if you don't do it? Like you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I would have done it. And then you
Right.
see somebody else do it, you're like, damn, could have been me. Could have been you. Yes, it could have been you. Like, but yeah, comfortability does kill, bro. Like as
Well,
well.
to your point, fear of failure then leads to being complacent in your life because you don't want to take so many risks or certain risks, and now you're starting to be complacent and comfortable with where you're at.
Exactly.
Where's the excitement in that? Like you're not getting any excitement. We all need a certain type of at least some people are more driven towards a lot of challenges. Other people just need a little bit of challenge, but it goes into the point of you need to consistently be challenging yourself and learning because the moment you stop learning is the moment you begin to die. And we've said that many times before, you know?
Facts.
So you got to keep progressing. You have to keep progressing your mind, your life, and I'm not saying don't ever get comfortable. Like I'm not trying to make it sound like comfortability is like the worst place on this earth to be because people will argue that being comfortable, but there's a certain level of comfortability. Like I'm comfortable with my life, but I'm still challenging myself right now,
Exactly.
you know? So
That's where it is. The you gotta have a balance between comfortability and challenge. And honestly,
exactly.
I'd rather have a challenge, but
That's facts, bro.
people's life is different.
Yeah, bro. And it's like when I talk about being comfortable, it's like more so being like thankful and that kind of thing of like where I'm at right now. Like, I got a roof over my head. I got good health. I got a healthy family. My family, praise the higher power. We still have never had a COVID case in my family, which is incredible. Like
Man,
literally,
that's
like,
great. Good for you.
so I'm like, it's just like that kind of thing. That's why I say like I'm comfortable, but I'm not comfortable with like where I'm at financially. I'm not comfortable where I'm at in my business, not comfortable where I'm at as a human being, as a man. So that's why I keep challenging myself. I keep progressing. I keep learning on the daily because I want to keep thinking more that when I get to a certain level, for example, in my life, whether it's monetarily, physically, mentally, whatever the case may be, spiritually, I always think, now what's next? Or how farther can I take this?
Right.
And I don't feel like people are asking themselves that question, bro.
Right. That's facts.
Because if you were thinking, if you were to just sit and ask yourself, like once you hit a certain goal, yes, enjoy the fact that you just leveled up. But just I challenge you to ask yourself, now if I got to myself to here, how much farther could I take this? How much farther could I go past this? How much more could I level up?
Yeah. Yeah, that's facts.
And you'd be surprised, bro, how much you could really level up.
Really,
You
yeah.
will shock yourself.
Yeah. Be the person that surprises you. Or be the person that
Exactly.
you look up to type shit.
Why are
You
all
know,
these other
like,
people from high school and these people from people you used to know, they're the
yeah,
ones shocking you the most? You're not shocking yourself the most.
right.
Why? Why not? Why are you not the biggest surprise in your life?
That's facts, bro. You worrying about somebody else, and that's what we said last week. Like, you're so like deep into somebody else's like life. You're like, wow, look what they done. Look what they did. They just climbed this mountain. They just went to this trip. They went to this restaurant. Look at the how much bread they got. Look at that new car. Why you worrying about them when you don't got none of that shit? Don't you want to like honestly? Like I'm sorry, but you would like that? Who wouldn't want to go on trips? Who wouldn't want a nice car? Who wouldn't want to go climb fucking mountain? Yeah. Like that shit. That shit is dope. You want to enjoy life, and the only way to enjoy life is challenging yourself and not
Yeah,
just thinking about like somebody else, but worrying about what you got to do in your next step.
100%.
And like I brought it to the point to my friends like what's the next chapter in y'all lives? Like I see y'all got so much ideas. I see like the hustle in y'all, but what's up? What's next? Where can we implement that hustle to something that's gonna get you to this higher place? You feel me?
And that goes back to the three levels, bro. Some people, y'all got to start with level one. That's just the reality. So you got to be honest with yourself. If you're the person who's been thinking small,
1 second. That right there is that level that start at level one and really being honest with yourself is the biggest key. Like being honest with yourself because like yeah, somebody else is gonna tell you this and you might tell yourself like you're something different. I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm making sense, but when you when you lie to yourself, it's like it's really poisoning your whole mentality. You
that's
know?
facts.
Because, like, if you lie to yourself, you're lying to the world. And you're lying about who you really truly are as a person.
Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah. So, like, you gotta be honest with yourself if you really wanna change.
That's facts. You got to be honest with yourself because if you're not,
So, if you're not at a level, if you're a level one and you wanna start at level two, you're gonna fuck up. Because you're getting ahead of yourself. You're not being honest about it.
you got to be, like Daniel said, you got to be honest with yourself because that's the only way you're going to be able to actually grow and to actually, there's no problem with being at level one, level two, or level three. We all got things we need to work on. But at the same token, Like Daniel said, be honest with yourself because you're not hurting anybody else. You're hurting you at the end of the day because you're not going to be able to grow and succeed and to truly get to that next level that you talking about, that you want, that you envision.
Yeah, yeah.
So be honest with what the level you are at. Play at that level, dominate that level, and then move on.
Or
Ain't nothing wrong with it. We've all had to be, and that's what I think people forget, bro. Everybody starts at level zero. Everybody starts at ground level. Everybody. You don't just get born with this.
I
You know
mean,
what I
unless
mean?
you're a trust fund baby, but
Well, I feel that financially, but
oh
mentally,
no, but yeah. That's
mentally,
facts. That's 100%.
physically, spiritually,
We're all at level zero.
exactly, bro. And even you got to think, because we're talking about thinking big. So it's like when it comes to thinking big, somebody's got to plant that in you. Because as a kid, we
Word.
all are at that. But when you get older, society trains you to not think as big for yourself. So now everybody goes back to ground level.
Mhm.
So at some point, somebody or something has to spark that in you to be able to now think bigger for yourself. You got to have that vision. So once you have the vision
100%.
for your family, your finances, your mental health, your spirituality, how you move, how you operate, how you think, and what type of money you want to be making, the life you want to live, that's great. That is the best, like probably one of the best places to start is getting that, is at least having that vision for yourself without restrictions. Stop playing with restrictions. A lot of people out here are playing with restrictions, bro. And they're playing between boundaries and guidelines. It's like, why? This life, this country especially, is literally, in my opinion, the US tells you whatever you want to do it. If you can figure it out, go
Hey,
crazy.
that's and honestly, that's why immigrants move here. And I'm as an immigrant, I'm telling you that's the reason why we move here is because the U.S. is literally the land of opportunity. And as much as we hate it because of the way that they treat people, um, like the way that they treat people, the reality is that it's made to for success. You know, there's a blueprint. You just got to
Exactly.
know how to read that shit and make sure it works towards you. There's services out there that actually help you. Like for us, like as an immigrant, and you as a person of color, like we're both people of color. There's services to help you go through those loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though like as us, like it's hard for us to go to like to the board and go talk to them because of what we look like. There's services that have those the people like them to help us. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like there's the reason why America is the way it is I don't know. I'm going on a tangent here, but
That's the
it's
facts, bro.
facts, bro.
Like there's opportunity and there's people that are, that's what I found, bro, doing business is that there's always somebody who has the answer that you just got to
Mm-hmm.
connect with because people do
Yes,
love to talk
bro.
and they love to give information.
Yeah, especially if they can see themselves in you, and and if you're like going out to get it, and they usually do see themselves in you.
Ourselves included. Think about how much information we give out for free, even this podcast, bro. Just sharing it for that we don't make money off of this, and it's never going to be
Right.
intended to make money, and that's why you never hear us sell anything on this because
Literally.
we just want to give y'all game. Is that's what it
Yeah,
is.
y'all might hear some sponsors in the future though, like from
Oh
our
yeah,
personal friends, personal friends that have businesses. You know, we're gonna throw
exactly.
some shout outs in there, but never paid. You know.
Ever. But that's the thing, bro. It's like people think that everything is so hard. Like, yeah, there's things that are like I would say difficult, but that word hard is like I don't really think see things like being
things aren't things are never impossible. That's just what you
exactly.
have to think about. And if it's hard, it means it's good.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's the thing, bro. Is like people don't get that. Like it just takes time. People confuse being patient with it being hard.
Word.
There's a difference there, and this if people just kind of interchange the two, and it's like no 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 no. This isn't necessarily hard. Lifting 1,000 pounds is hard,
Word. That
but
damn near, you know, damn near impossible.
oh
But
yeah,
you can figure out a way to do it
yeah,
with some tools.
oh yeah, yeah. But waiting out something, being patient, that's not hard.
Exactly.
It's just a challenge.
Hmm.
And if you're not somebody who's not patient, that's a challenge for you. It's not going to be necessarily hard because when you tell yourself something's hard, you're already setting yourself up in your mind to be like, man, there's gonna like you're giving yourself a reason as if it doesn't get completed. You're gonna be like,
You
oh, well,
know,
it's too hard.
and bringing that to the point, low key, next week's topic, we might have to. I'm not gonna give it to the public, but it definitely just brought it to my attention.
Oh, I think I have an idea where you was going with that, and I think I might have something to add.
Word.
But again, wrapping it kind of back around so we can kind of close it out for y'all. Y'all can sit with the gems we gave today and let it sing, let it simmer, let it
Word.
basically. So there's different levels to this, and be honest with yourself at what level you're at. Whether you're at level one with the vision, get the vision, have visions for yourself, have dreams for yourself, have goals, have the ideas for yourself.
And one of the biggest thing is like, if you don't have a dream in this world, like, what's the purpose? Like, the reason why we live is to dream, like, and to follow our dreams, because we only have like one life. Like, we live every 24 hours, but you only die once, you know?
Exactly, bro.
So like, why not take the time that you have and follow the things that you couldn't achieve?
And I got friends that are literally that all my friends have visions. I got rid of all the people who don't have visions. We don't talk because I need people who have visions, honestly.
That
Like,
is.
and then people who are going through each step. So I got people who have the visions. We're all past level one. Most
Mm-hmm.
like if not 99 or 98% of us, but actually no, we all have visions, right? We all passed level one.
Right.
Now it's just about the steps, right? I got some folks that are just now stepping into level two. I got other folks who are on level three, which is the implementation stage. So
Mm-hmm.
that's cool with me. That's completely cool. At least you are now either you're planning out the steps to then switch over because the believe it or not, level two is not very long. Like you just get the steps. That's just a research phase, looking up things and just getting a plan together, getting the steps and the
Right.
processes out. That don't take long.
Mm-mm.
But
This
it's
is literally putting it to, this is what I got to do. All right, bet. Let me do it.
these are the steps. This is the timeline that I got to do things. This is how it's going to look. And this is how I'm going to play it out. And then you switch over to the implementation phase. And that's when you just act, taking action, execution, execution. So it's all about doing, and not just
Yeah.
thinking. The first two are all thinking. It
Word.
goes thinking, planning, executing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the flow goes. And so y'all got to just start flowing like that. You got to start thinking bigger without restrictions or boundaries, then planning it out, and then just go do it and be patient. It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
Nike, just do it.
Just do it.
That ass.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. That's how I think about it. That's one of my favorite little sayings I say to myself. I got a lot of little mantras that I tell myself throughout the day. Shoot, ain't nothing to it but to do it. You
Oh
know?
man.
And I always be
Word.
saying, I'm just trying to get in where
You
I
gotta
fit in.
trick yourself.
Exactly.
You gotta trick your mind, bro.
You
And if
got
you
to.
really, and it's funny because that's neuroplasticity without you even thinking about it. It's just you like giving yourself these little comments throughout the day that literally get you through the day and get you through challenges.
100%.
And it's about tricking yourself. It's about you knowing you. So dream big and know yourself,
On me.
man.
On
Know
me.
yourself. That's
Dream
literally
big.
that. That's the biggest thing, bro. Like, dream big and like really know like who you are and why you are in this world. Because like again, you gotta know your purpose.
Yeah.
You gotta know your personal history and where it's like where you're gonna guide yourself. You know?
Yeah, you got to have trust in you, rely on you.
Yeah. And usually your gut sensation is right. So if your mind is telling you to do it, do it. Like and that shit, I don't know, bro. Like at night after our phone calls, and I be telling y'all like I get into this state of mind where I'm like I need to like work more. Like even though my work day is over, I'm just like I need to study more, or I need to learn more. I need to understand one more thing. Okay, one more thing. All right, one more thing. You feel me? Like it's about not wanting to stop until like you reach there because that's what really drives you. That's what gives you that purpose.
100%.
Man,
100%, bro.
that's what I got for the people. We gotta go to a meeting.
Yeah, you wanna give everybody a final thought, or you gonna leave it off on your final thought with that?
um, give them fun. If that might be my final thought. If you got something to say, say something, and then I might have something to
He
add.
said, "I might roll off it. I might roll off it." But I'm just gonna go with the title, man. Think bigger. Think bigger. Think bigger. Think bigger. Daniel and I test each other daily. Daily. Y'all can ask him how many times I test him and he tests because
Yeah,
especially lately, like doing some, bigger
especially
level things,
lately, bro.
like
Lately,
sometimes,
it's just been like the dreams are so fucking big, but like, yeah, bros tell me like, okay, what else? And I tell them, okay, what else? Or we're gonna add this, and then we look at each other like, damn, all right, add something else to that motherfucker.
you know what I'm saying? And people be looking at us like we're crazy, but that's what you gotta get to.
Even our partners.
Partners look at us crazy. People that we look up to, that we've had conversations with, they're like, who are these cats? It's like,
Word.
honestly, I don't know. Like, I think that I'm
Hey,
sometimes insane,
yeah,
but
that's
that's what you
facts.
got to get to. You got to be insane about your success and the life you want to live. Get insane about it. That's my final thing is get insane about the life you want to live and stop at nothing to get that.
Once you're insane, you're sane.
Yes.
That might sound crazy, but once you're crazy enough, you're in tune.
You're in tune. You locked in. You got the focus. You got tunnel vision, bro.
And if you think about it, bro, the craziest people in this world are the ones that create, the ones that innovate and are successful. So you might just have to be crazy to do that.
Get crazy. Get obsessed with your vision. Get obsessed with the life you want to live, the things you want to do for you and your family. And even on top of that, like Daniel had mentioned, rely on you, trust in you, know that
Mm-hmm.
you can do it, and tell yourself that daily. I always tell myself, if there's anybody for the job, I'm the man for the job. I don't care what it is. I'm the guy for the job. And it's not to say that I'm the best or, but it's that mentality
I
where
can do it though. Yo
I
meto,
can
like
do
I said in the DR, we say yo meto mano. Like I'll throw my hands in. That means I can do it. Like my hands. If I have hands, I can do it, no matter what the job is.
it. No,
You feel me?
I tell that,
Eh,
all the time to when I talk to God and stuff, I'm like, God, I know I'm the man for the job. I know I'm the guy.
Right.
Put me in whenever, coach, because I am the guy. I'm Steph Curry and I'm setting records with
Chef
the three
cooking with the
line.
pot boy.
You know?
Nah, but that's a big thing, bro. Like just reminding yourself, give me those things, and the big thing that I tell myself is like make yourself proud today. And the thing that I always tell you is like make your 8-year old proud and your 80-year old self proud. So it's like you're making those people proud and you're making yourself today proud. that's what you gotta do, man. Cause like, and that's literally like, I think that's what drives me the most daily is like, did you do enough for yourself today? Like, did you make yourself proud? Are you proud of what you accomplished? You know, and that's kind of the my final thoughts. Like, are you proud of yourself? Like, make yourself proud and dream big. Like, dreamers are gonna dream. So, but as the thing that I was saying last week, you got a dream, you got a vision. If you don't implement it, it's just a hallucination.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't put your pen to the thought, you're just gonna be in oblivion. Like, there's nothing around, just
Yeah,
false hope, and that's not what you want. You know, you have all the hope in the world. Like, go ahead and do that shit.
100%.
But that's it, bro. That's what I got for them.
Man, hope y'all like that one, man. Hope y'all really enjoyed today and y'all actually take this to heart and you start to implement and you start to think bigger and you start to, again, the whole point of this podcast
Dream, dream.
exactly dream. And the whole point is to get y'all to actually truly change your mindset, change your life, to level up and to live again a truly prosperous life, an amazing life, because anybody's
Mhm.
capable of it. And Daniel and I have proven that. We're no saints
Yeah.
or we're no, you know, just like one-off random cases. Like we're just average people like y'all that leveled up in the mind.
Hmm.
That's where it all starts. We level up in the mind and you start to level up everywhere else. So that's what we're trying to tell y'all. Like we're just some regular people like y'all, man. So we're trying to get y'all to the same point of, or even just wherever you're at mentally, to level up and to keep leveling up, leveling up, leveling up. So we appreciate everybody who tunes in, who downloads every week. We getting kind of up there with the downloads. I'm gonna have to, up the subscription level, because at a certain point they're like, yo, whoa, 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 you got this many downloads. We're gonna need a little bit more money from you. And it's like,
Ah.
all right, all right. But man, yeah, for real. Appreciate everybody who tunes in, everybody who locks in with us and truly is implementing and changing their lives through their mindset. Man, we are just so happy to hear feedback from everybody. So shoot us feedback, any, recommendations you guys have for what you want to hear from us. But as always, man, we love y'all so much and appreciate y'all. But with that being said, we gonna catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
All right, y'all.